Dani Marks is a three-time varsity men's soccer team captain, and he will be speaking about the experiences he's gone through as a student athlete here at Penn State, the glory, the pressure that comes with it, and what can be done in order to better support Penn State athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's support Penn State athletes and welcome to the stage, Dani Marks.
Think about the longest relationship you've ever been part of. For most of us here, that would be the one with our parents. For us athletes, second to that relationship would be the one with our sport. And just like the one with our parents, we love it, we hate it at times, but it truly defines us. And just like the one with our parents, it'll one day come to an end. But we choose to avoid preparing for that outcome. My name is Dani Marks, as I was introduced. I played on the soccer team for 4 years. And what I've come to realize is that my life was truly dependent on how my sport was going. I relied on it for my daily mood, my daily satisfaction, my daily happiness. One bad comment by a coach, one mistake in a game, one bad practice, it changes everything. I remember when I was younger, when I lost a game on the weekend, I would go home and act like a complete jerk. It turned me from a happy, energetic boy to a moody teenager. Coming to Penn State adds a whole new level of pressure in our sport. For most of us, it's the first time we're representing something so powerful, so big, such an institution, such expectations. You go from representing yourself to representing a brand. And the desire to do so well in your sport for the university puts you in this ongoing cycle of athletics, trainings, rehab, games, meetings. You're stuck in this bubble that's really hard to escape. We eat, we sleep, we live, we train, we play with the same people. We're stuck. You walk around campus, you're wearing your big blue warm jacket that Penn State Athletics gave you, the jacket that earns you automatic respect. You walk around like you're the man, because everyone else around you thinks that you are the man. But what they don't know is, under that big blue jacket, there's a young boy or girl, nervous, scared to show up to practice, terrified of seeing their coach, desperate for a second to breathe. My first season as captain of Penn State, my team finished last in the Big Ten. I felt responsible. I felt like my coach has lost his trust in me. And I felt embarrassed. It's confusing when your sport isn't going the way you would like it to go. On the one hand, you lack confidence and you're afraid to go to practice. On the other hand, off the field, girls are trying to make eye contact with you wherever you go, and guys are giving you the head nod wherever they see you, all thanks to this blue jacket. Now look at this table. This table is supported, as you can see, by a central leg. If that leg gets hit, the table will fall easily. When we, the athletes, get hit physically, emotionally, mentally, we fall. We have a foundation, the table has a foundation. Our foundation is our sport, and they're both unreliable foundations. We need to help athletes reach out of this bubble, expand their foundations. It doesn't matter how much time we invest, how much energy we invest into our sport, it's going to end. And it's going to end sooner than we think. And even before it ends, it's very important to remember that a large portion of athletes do not even get to participate in competition. And from the ones that do, a tiny percentage of them will even get any sort of opportunity to keep playing at a high level post-graduation. I know injuries I know being the star. I know being a bench player. I know being captain. And I know being insignificant. I experienced most of this prior to coming to Penn State. I came here mentally ready for almost anything. But most come here knowing mostly stardom, and it pains me to see athletes go through this experience of finding out that the athlete life is not so fun anymore. We have to help these athletes. Be proactive. One easy way of doing this is bridging that gap between the non-athlete and the athlete students. Yes, athletes live demanding lives, lots of pressure. But there are so many students out there who are living tougher life than athletes. And there's so many students we can learn from and connect with. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm from Israel. And I'm lucky. I was always lucky at Penn State because I've always had a group of Israeli friends here. This gave me a second to breathe, a second to laugh, a second to not think about my coaches or teammates. It gave me an opportunity to connect with people that are not soccer players, learn from them, gain perspective. Most do not have this. There are over 1,000 student organizations on campus. There is something for everyone. We just need that little push, that incentive to step out of our comfort zone, which isn't really so comfortable, and find something or someone to connect with. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to medically help student athletes who are struggling. But I do believe that by expanding our foundation and by helping the athletes step out of this bubble, it'll be proactive. Step number one to helping athletes who struggle is to identify who they are. Right now, we rely on our coaches for this task. That is both irresponsible and inefficient. Coaches, just like the athletes, on a strict path to success. They're blinded by many things around them. It's their livelihood, it's their passion. They want to win, and they're expected to win, especially at a place like Penn State. It's unrealistic to think that they have the time, the resources, the ability to be able to identify student athletes who are struggling, and more than that, help them. And even more than that, the player-coach or athlete-coach relationship will almost never allow for that complete transparency that's needed for the athletes to seek help. Athletes need to feel completely comfortable and safe in order to open up and seek this unjudged and unretaliated help. Penn State's athletic department has to involve more third-party neutral personnel that can come in for the sole purpose of identifying and helping these athletes who struggle. Only with complete transparency and genuine intent will we be able to change lives, one table leg at a time. When I was a kid, I truly believed that I'd be playing soccer at the highest level. I truly believed that I'd be playing for Manchester United, the greatest soccer club in the world. And that belief is necessary. If you don't believe that you'll climb to the top, what's the point in even trying to climb to begin with? But once you are on that climb, you're so focused, you're so dedicated, that you miss out on all these opportunities, connections, people, experiences around you. Being a student athlete, being in college offers a second chance for athletes who are on this climb, who are stuck on this climb. It gives you a second chance to make up for all these missed opportunities and experiences. So it should be of our interest to do everything we can in order to help these student athletes utilize and benefit from their college years. The athletes have the responsibility of continuing their athletic development and representing the university to the best of their capabilities and win. But the athletic department, the university, have the responsibility of assuring mental stability for every single student athlete out there And more than that, preparing them as best as they can for their inevitable non-athletic future. I once asked my first professor at Penn State whether he had any advice for me as I was starting off my freshman year. He told me that I should join something else, be part of something else besides the soccer team. He'll teach me about people, teach me about Penn State, offer perspective, provide me with a foundation. Now I remember almost exactly what Mr. Poorman said to me a couple years ago, but I didn't truly listen to him. So I now hope that someone listens to me. Thank you.